What is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 43 of Smack Talk here at smarkoutmoment.com. I am your host, as always, Tony Mango. With me, returning once again from a several-month hiatus, Braden Mayhew, and a newcomer to the show, Jeff Croop. You might remember him from some of the comments pretty much each and every week. You're one of the most loyal followers, so thank you.
Yeah, always a pleasure to be on here now, be back. It's been a while, for
great
sure.
to be on here.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about this week. SummerSlam not predictions. Yeah, let's just predict next SummerSlam. I think it's going to be a match between CM Punk and Big Show and Cena. Now we're going to do the review for SummerSlam. We're going to do the hot tags, talk about the tournament and everything like that. And you know what? First things first. I just want to talk real fast about the Ask Him. I don't have an Ask Him for this week because I'm lazy and stressed out. And so I couldn't think of anything for you guys, but I wanted to talk about the answer to the last one. I don't think anybody got it right, but the question, just in case Braden wants to take a shot here,
All right.
the question is, which one of the Roddy Piper guests for Piper's Pit comes from Columbus, Ohio, wears a blue singlet, and is a jobber that just gets his ass beaten?
Man, I don't even know. Like, at all.
I didn't know until I looked it up, but it was the one there that I referenced in the outro of always changing the questions. The guy's name is Frankie Williams.
I don't even know if I've heard of him until, like, this moment right now. So, no wonder nobody got it.
Right.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Like, this guy got on Piper's Pit, man. Good for him. He's an inspiration to jobbers everywhere. With the plainest names.
I think he had less screen time than the Angry Miz girl.
Give Barry Stevens a Piper's Pit then. I mean, if this guy can get one, wow.
All right, that's it for the Ask Him. Remember, guys, if you have anything that you want to ask me, I'll try to answer that and probably do a terrible job because the whole point's to try to make it as obscure as possible. But I'll try to get one for you next week. I don't know how crazy my schedule is going to be because it's still going nuts. We're recording this actually Thursday night at 10:30. We usually record it Friday night at 10:30 after SmackDown, but I can't do it this week because, well, that's how it's been lately. Coming up right now, we're going to talk about the hot tags. Remember, everybody, the hot tags work with a 5-minute time limit. We're going to try to go through all these topics starting right now. First off, Ezekiel Jackson watched the pay-per-view SummerSlam at Hooters, not backstage. That's a little bit weird in my opinion. I don't know why he's not backstage. Maybe that's a sign of a release coming up soon or something like that, but maybe it's just more enjoyable to be around the Hooters girls than all the other people backstage at WWE. What do you guys think?
Well, it's not a shock to me. I mean, when was the last time that guy was on TV? I mean, now he can't even get backstage. So, pretty clear indication that I don't think he's going to be under contract soon. And this is a former ECW and Intercontinental Champion having a hoot at Hooters watching a pay-per-view that he probably wishes he could have been a part of. So, yeah, talent goes a long way. And Big Zeke, I guess he's just kind of lacking in that department. Have fun at Hooters, Zeke.
Maybe Vince just said, hey, I'll pay you this much money to go hang out at Hooters instead of being backstage at SummerSlam.
Yeah, maybe.
You'll make a buzz. You'll get on those internet websites if they see you at Hooters. Go there, goddammit.
He's like, bring back Tessmacher.
The champ with no talent.
Possible release talks about Jack Swagger losing his push for marijuana failures, apparently. If that explains it, then that explains it. I don't know how credible that is. I don't see the point in the whole smoke the weed and then lose your job kind of a thing. But then again, I don't smoke weed, so I don't really have the opinion on that. But you got a video up about marijuana. Braden, what do you think?
Well, considering Randy Orton gets away with it all the time, I don't see why it would affect Jack Swagger's push. And I mean, the guy's been depushed for it's got to be 2 years now, ever since he lost the world title. He's been going down the ladder for a while now. So, if it's a depush due to marijuana, Orton hasn't gotten depushed because of it. He's still got a pretty good spot. It did screw over Brian Kendrick, though, so I can't say for sure, but I'm going to say that this is more speculation than anything that's truth. I really don't know.
I never thought that he would be the kind of guy into those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Really.
And
Yeah,
then one other actual release that we have confirmed, Tyler Reks. He apparently left WWE because he misses his family and he thinks it's the best decision for his daughter. I can't disagree with that. I'm just a little bit pissed off that I kept counting down his release after all these years, and it finally came to it, and it wasn't them firing him, so they proved me wrong. But I wish him the best of luck.
Yeah, like, yeah, family, I think for most people's morals, should come first over one's career. Like, well, we don't know how much money he made, but I assume he's got at least something decent to kind of start off and maybe find some sort of new career to go into that's more local, that he can be around his family. It ended the stripper tease gimmick or whatever the hell they were going for there with him and Kurt Hawkins, but I thought they were a good tag team. And even though they weren't used all that much other than for useless Ryback matches, I thought they were a good team. And now what's Kurt Hawkins going to do? We'll have to find out. But yeah, wise choice. Yeah, get fired. Wise choice for Family Matters. I couldn't disagree with that.
Well, I guess he has the right to be with his family more than his career. And it's good to see he chooses his family over his career. Like, so yeah.
Yeah, not too much to talk about. It's kind of just good job, Reks.
Yeah, well, some wrestlers like they stay in and like it tears their family apart. Like,
right.
I'm not gonna say Tyler Rocks is gonna be any big as like Kurt Angle or something, but look what happened to his family. You know what I mean? Like families and wrestling it's a big deal, and he doesn't want to lose something that obviously he cares about. And how can you argue with that kind of a decision? So I think he made the right choice.
We're down to a minute left here, but we have a whole lot to talk about. So you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to extend the time. It's my show. I can do that. One other countdown that I usually have is the Rey Mysterio injury countdown. And apparently that's already, you could put a notch in that belt. Rey Mysterio's got a concussion. That's all I got to say is just...
Actually, no, I got to say, is this Blame Miz Part 3?
Maybe.
And what he got blamed for the buy rates not catching our truth, and now he could possibly be getting blamed with giving Rey Mysterio a concussion. But yeah, apparently it happened in the portion of the match where he took a powerbomb. I watched that whole match, and I didn't think if anybody looked injured at the end of that match, it was Miz. Like, he sold the effects of the match more, and I'm surprised. Like, I thought the match was crisply executed. I'm surprised he got hurt at all.
Well, I'm not surprised Rey got hurt because all those months he missed out of the ring. I mean, do that whole contract stuff and everything, and so maybe didn't get enough time in to train for the matches and stuff. I mean, he just came back like 2 weeks ago, right?
Right.
He's been back for a month now.
It's Rey Mysterio. You can't really,
Yeah, and it's a concussion. It's not like he blew another knee or anything. Like, this is something he could probably come back in a week from, or 2 weeks, at the most a month.
Yeah.
Usually, he barely failed the impact testing, so I don't see him being out that much longer. But yeah, it's a shock. I mean, he's just back a month and now he's already got a concussion, so that's crazy.
And I'm all full of transitions today. Somebody has a concussion to the head, and Chris Masters puts a gun to his head and holds a drink in his hand, tweets a picture of himself, and everybody thinks he's suicidal. He apologized for it. I agree with him, though, that it's we're a little bit too testy nowadays, and we need to just kind of lighten up a bit. If he's not suicidal, then, oh well, he tweeted a weird picture. If he is suicidal, let the man kill himself. You know what
I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's just I want to say it's attention whoring, but hey, let the man upload pictures with guns to his head. Who's anybody else to judge? He's Chris Masters. He has no career anymore. He can tweet pictures of guns to his head with a drink.
Well,
who does he have to
like
to
Twitter
now?
Nowadays is just filled with crazy rants and crazy pictures with wrestlers, like the whole Kurt Angle drunken thing, and
yeah, his drunken.
He's now doing this picture thing. So
remember, he's gonna be in the Olympics.
How long did that last?
Well, thank God that Kurt Angle doesn't have a gun with the drinks that he takes to Twitter every week. So we'd see some different pictures being tweeted. Speaking of TNA, we're rolling on these transitions. Alex Shelley apparently has an imminent deal with WWE. We've been saying this before. I hope he shows up. If it's just for the cruiserweight show, maybe it's for the tag team division or something like that. I don't know, but I'd like to see Alex Shelley in WWE.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's a good signing, but I'm not sure what they're gonna do with him. Like, who would they pair him up if he's gonna be in a tag team?
Gabriel.
That might make for an interesting pair for sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I think like he has enough charisma that he actually could be a single star, but I don't have the faith in the WWE to push him that way. So he could be a good mid card fixture. You know, he could turn out like, you know, Brian and Punk, or he could turn out like Evan Bourne. You know, it could go one of two ways, but hopefully he's used properly when he's called up to the main roster. That's all I hope for.
Well, I would like to see Shelley in WWE. Maybe they could tag him with Kofi, maybe.
Yeah.
That would actually fit.
He'd be a better partner than R-Truth, that's for sure.
Right. We're going to talk about that in the SummerSlam part. Christian is supposed to be at Bound for Glory. Probably just going to introduce another promo.
What did he actually do at the last pay-per-view he was did he actually have any like on-air time?
It was about
he introduced Sting as the Hall of Fame, the Teenage Hall of Fame.
So he can say that he inducted two people into two different companies' Hall of Fames all in 1 year.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they'll just show him like in the crowd, or he'll do like whoever he thinks is going to win the title match at Bound for Glory or whatever. Is this all over Flair being at the Hall of Fame ceremony? Like they're just okay, we're gonna throw Christian on TNA. We don't want any more lawsuits with TNA. We'll give Christian some airtime over there, and maybe this will blow over. I don't know.
Right.
It's
maybe
weird.
we'll get Matt Morgan and Ric Flair back.
Yeah, yeah, they could take Christian because we don't care about him, which is unfortunate.
Well, I never got why TNA did the whole lawsuit. Anyways, it sounded like one of those crazy things they just came up with just to make trouble for WWE.
Yeah, they probably like sent the guy there. We're gonna fire you. You get a job at WWE, then we'll sue them.
Is Flair under their contract anymore? Is he actually done with them now? I haven't even been following his career, so I have no idea.
As far as I know, Flair's done, but they don't want to bring him in because they don't want to make it seem like he quit to go to WWE. Same with Matt Morgan.
For making a whole Hall of Fame appearance, right? Yeah, okay. So yeah, I guess Christian's just being used as WWE's attempt to say, okay, we got to use your talent with Flair, now you get to use our talent with Christian, really, or it's like because we don't care about him, he can go back to TNA, whatever. Yeah.
Ric Flair transition. Ashley Flair, otherwise known as Charlotte, might be paired with Cody Rhodes. I'm all for it. That's all I gotta say.
Is he going to be dashing again now?
Well, I like that whole gimmick when he was with the mask and everything.
The undashing.
That was an amazingly booked program. That was one and Rey Mysterio, he doesn't really Cody Rhodes carried that entire feud because Rey's not really that good of a promo guy.
Right.
But that was one of the better feuds last year. But yeah, this is interesting because it's basically two second generation stars basically that are going to be paired together. It could be interesting. Gives him something to do, right. I guess. He's been directionless for a long while, unfortunately, since losing the title. He's been pretty directionless. So yeah.
The final two that we want to talk about, because we're not going on this all day. I'm going to speed through these real quick. Iron Sheik doesn't like Jinder Mahal using the Camel clutch. He actually referred to him as the Indian, not Jinder Mahal. All I can see him doing is looking at the screen and going, fucking bullshit, the whole entire time. That's all I got to say about it. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Shiki Baba do not like.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit. Jinder Mahal, you rip off.
This does not surprise me from him.
That's as clear as you can get. You can understand the swear words and maybe the people he's calling out. Considering he's sober or whatever, I can never tell if he's sober, or drunk, or high or whatever. But yeah, who cares?
We got to watch what we say about Iron Sheik. He's going to come and humble us.
Like he does on his radio shows.
Yeah. Fucking Smark Out.
Yeah. finally, the rumors for the Hall of Fame this year: Mick Foley, Bob Backlund, Kevin Nash, Ultimate Warrior, and JBL. That's a stacked card. I doubt that it'll get all of them, but if they do, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it'd probably be the best class they've ever had. I don't see Warrior going in. I could see him turning it down.
I could see Warrior trying to go in, but he runs past the podium and just fucking leaves the arena.
I actually don't think they'll get him in the Hall of Fame. I think his pride's too big to even accept that. Backlund's a wise choice. Nash, yeah, pretty decent. JBL's pretty decent. Of course, Foley, I think out of all of them, is like the most deserving, really. About time for Foley, that's for sure. And Backlund too, I guess.
Well, I still think they need to induct Savage into the Hall of Fame. I mean,
yeah, I do too.
I mean, they just completely missed the mark with that one. I mean, why Warrior, not Savage?
Right.
Although, didn't he say like, or leave something where it's like the whole family, not just me, sort of thing? If you're gonna induct me, like you got to give the rest of my wrestling family some acknowledgement too. Right. And that's what his brother's standing by since he passed away. So.
No, I guess his brother's been saying that. He never said anything like that.
I thought like that's what the whole deal was, and then he passed away, and then his brother kept it up or whatever.
No, his brother's been the one that's been saying that thing with, you have to induct me without putting with him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, that's it then for the hot tags. We went a little bit longer than I was expecting, but who cares? We wanted to get all these topics in. Next part, we're going to talk about the Hottest Divas and Knockouts tournament, and then we'll start rolling through the SummerSlam review, and then that'll be it for episode 43. So stay tuned at the next part coming up right about now.